NFL 24 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. And it's all up next.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, here's Stafford. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that will throw incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Pass complete there in the corner. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, having back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try not to stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And it will to the right side and incomplete.
And that's a larger game from being in this league for a long time. He's learned a lot of when to give up and find another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
The 7th play now, this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Here's Stafford. And he's going to get this inside the move. They've got another first down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. On first down, Stafford here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Moore is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Well, of course, you want to find the end zone, but, you know, you go on the road, you get 3 points. I think you take it.
Yeah, pretty good start to the day for them, don't you think? Ray, go out there, get the 3 points. Now, look. It's not going to silence this crowd, but it might take a little bit of steam out of them right off the top.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ferguson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports.
And you missed the first half. There's not much to get
Coach.
you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Just one field goal and a tightly played first half as we resume action here in quarter number 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they're on the losing end of things here. What do they need to do if they're going to turn things around, CD?
Partner, it's awfully close to being a must drive here, I think, for them, because I think a touchdown here in this opening drive is something they absolutely have to have. They only managed 3 points in the first half. They know that's not going to get it done. So without adding pressure to them, they already know the stakes. They need a touchdown here to get things started.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Meanwhile, Dak's throw caught by Gallup. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He was held without a catch in first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I'm thinking the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Prescott able to find Gallup. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. Here's Dak. They'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
Partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And let me introduce just one downside to the mix. Might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this one away.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts them out in front here in the final minute of the contest. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So now Stafford and the Rams down 7-3, 36 seconds to go. Now Stafford. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Stafford now to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That's pretty difficult to sum up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys are scoring 4 points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Stafford. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4th down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Now it's Stafford. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage here on 3rd down as that
one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now as they think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Down to a knee here. The defense stood with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching him take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair, low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.